Hello everyone and welcome to the Shoutcast of the Category Crop, presented by Providence, idea by Jokerj, our first of two live events this fall, and hopefully a very exciting speedrun event which will take place 3 to 4 hours, that will take place for 4 rounds, and we will have, well, depend on how you count it, 7 or 8 players today, facing off in 4 different season-long category extension speedruns. The players are ready and we will start in just over 1 minute with Season 3 Silent Assassin Suit Only Poison. A very quick showcase of the players here. You can see Rocky in the top right, the quick mention of shame that he overslept and he cannot participate, so we will have 7 players there, and once we get going we will remove his assets. But we have Nezuko-chan, Papírfese, Moody from this side, and in the other scene Observer, Crudy, Scruffy and Barbecue. So 7 players will face off for the title, and I have one great co-caster here with me. GKPunk, welcome.
Hello. How is everybody doing, including yourself?
I'm doing well, just a bit scared to see the audio lines change, but we will fix it in the first few minutes of this long afternoon of hopefully a lot of great runs. Good question about Papier there. I will give it a refresh, and his drivers have finished uploading, so everyone is ready, and we do have our first category going on live. Just going to give it some game audio for Nezuko first, and here's the start with now I can try to remove the group of Rocky as well. So 3 players on this side, Nezuko, Papi and Moody, taking on the 6 maps, 6 main missions of Season 3 from Dubai to Carpathian Mountains.
Yep. Kills follow up, first for Papier, then for Moody. On this page it's definitely gonna be a race between these two, the speedy boys.
Yeah, I'm sure they came very well prepared, but the same can be said for a lot of players there. Moody will have to restart at the end. I think the door wasn't closed, or it wasn't closed for long enough.
Yeah, that will set Papier way ahead because he's managed to get out of Dubai into Dartmoor.
Definitely a low-key and chill start to the first category. It will get even more interesting in Berlin. Nezuko with a different order here, going Carl first, and is looking to get Marcus in the hallway or in the art gallery. It's a public area there though. Probably using a Chang to get rid of the guard, and then this seems like a well secluded area, so hopefully not too many issues for him, and he and Moody should be hand in hand going into Dartmoor, in which Papier is already.
Ooh. Marcus is the body this time. I'm not sure if that's going to affect anything. I might actually make it easier for him.
That's the separation we wanted there, and
the guard runs
area.
into. Oh, and Nezuko pokes Marcus in his belly instead of the back as the game turns him.
Looks like it's working for both of them, and once Nezuko gets
out
of
pokes all around. Papier pokes Alexa Carlisle though, so that's a huge lead for him.
And if Nezuko can exit there, just sneaks
nice
by as guard. We have all 3 players going to Dartmoor. Let's see the other 4 this side. Observer and Scruffy starting well and in Dartmoor already. Observer with the 40-second in-game time lead over Scruffy, and Crudy looking to get this mass knockouts there with the snail, and Barbecue just one Marcus kill away, but I think the plan is there. There was a seeker going on for barbecue already, and then this bathroom should be their second kill, second and last. So I can see a kill and exit on Barb's side.
The Tranquil Observer then punch on Alexa. I don't think that would have worked anyways. You got spotted from the people in the living room area.
I've seen this the other day. Observer's chat can be quite finicky, and the dimension stuff can be annoying to deal with depending on how the bullet distraction is made, but I suppose we can follow him for this run as well. It will include this Jank after bullet distraction on these two staff members and the butler. That's the first disc, or token rather.
Mini discs.
Yep.
Observer is gonna, I guess, try to change things on by the bullet distraction for the mansion. It actually turns everybody around and the mansion staff long enough, but not long enough for him to walk away, not be seen trespassing.
That's the finicky part, I would say, is that you will always have him turn towards you, but what you are hoping for is that he might see Alexa's body, and then of course that removes the enforcer dot from the staff, but it wasn't the case this time, so Observer has to restart, and I think we have 4 out of 4 in Dartmoor, but Scruffy leaving and leading this page, going to Berlin for the first time on our stream.
Yeah, I think from some discussions I heard, this one is a little bit complicated. Berlin's obviously a very popular map. If it's popular, good or bad, it's always in the headlines. So be interesting to see Poison. Guess how many can you bring in? 3?
I think so as well. The 2 gear slots and the agency pickup would be 3. But of course, what makes this more viable and what will be the flavor of this speedrun, we'll see if Scruffy does the thing that we've seen on YouTube the last couple of days, that you can mass consume poison in the grow house, and after the injected poison kill there, you might see some triple shuttlers in the future, but Scruffy is leaving the bike area, so we shall see about that.
Yeah, he might go for some consumed poison over here with the delivery guy. Observer, same problem here with the mansion staff. Yeah, it's gonna replan.
Observer has the great quick strategy there for Dartmoor, but look at Crudy in comparison, doing the roulette meta there, the office isolation. At least the 2 Chanks were used, if not the snail for the other 2 guards, and it may be close to 2 minutes or a little bit above, depending on exfiltration, but Crudy will get out of Dartmoor, which Barbecue has done already, so nice and close on this page.
Yeah, most definitely. And there's a kill on Swan for Scruffy.
2 injections so far, if I'm not mistaken. Didn't see the consume poison setups on Scruffy's side, but he definitely has rode this poison so far. Can get banner and a syringe from him, so quite a lot of options still remaining.
Rudy is, I guess that might have been intentional to move the guard away, because he needs to get to the hearse. Not sure if he wanted him to go left instead of right, but either way, he's off to Berlin. And Observer, change of plans, but it didn't really work out this time. The guard that comes in, there's 2 people crossed, sort of.
Yeah, Observer with a really quick strategy, but quite a few restarts sadly already. And Scruffy will have to bend on this run at 2 minutes and 45 seconds. Which means Barbecue is on the lead on this page anyway.
Yeah, he's killed 2 pretty quick kills. This is good timing. Again, that's sort of a roulette thing for Poison. Was Davenport's 1 minute kill. And then Swan also dying at the same time. So that's 2 kills, potentially setting up a third with Lowenthal.
Let's see, because I think this would be the grow house kills as I've seen it earlier today. And then just this one attempt from Barbecue, then we can see the Papi Semu Nezuko page in a moment. But Barbecue with 2 kills down and is reaching the grow house, which I think it does count as fumigation. I think it's same assets and same functioning as in Creek and whatnot. First of all, it has to be the emetic poison to get the regular bikers out. And here come the triple shots. That will be Thames first. And then Rhodes and Jermaine, the sniper agent, will be the last one, if I'm not mistaken, for the final kill. So of course with this timing, Rhodes wasn't in the room, so the emetic poison only hit the 2 bikers. And luckily you don't have to be conscious to inhale the lethal gases. So triple KO action will secure the 3 kills for Barbecue. Still has to wait for Thames to arrive. It's a long run.
Yeah, and I don't know, maybe fortunately for players that AI can't climb, has just like 47 can off of containers and such, or ladders.
That would be interesting to see from the NPCs, yeah. That's the second KO, 4th agent for this spin, and Barbecue will try to get some work. Dragging that body closer and closer, and with that regular biker out of the way, there's really no one else that can get him into combat, so just the 1 KO and some busy work to finish the Berlin spin.
Yeah, definitely. Oh, Scruffy just once again another restart. He had not Barbecue. Davenport. Barbecue is dragging the bodies. And he got Banner as well, got his syringe. Yeah. Speaking of more roulette metas, and Rudy's going triple shot on Banner.
And there's the big interaction for Barbecue. 2 kills become 5, red guns become green, and Barbecue will finish Berlin for the first time on this scene, and he will go to Chongqing, the second half of the season.
Really nice. Change of plans for Observer here. Speaking of more roulette metas, he switched to the Seeker, Alexa, so that should be a safe poison kill as we switch back to the Nezuko, Papier, and Mude, who's in Chongqing.
Literally tied at 42 seconds and opening the keycard or this panel, and neither of them are looking for Peekaboo, but gets a question mark from the researcher Papier, so he will have to restart and gives Moody a minute lead. Papi will start with a triple shot again, and Moody can go to
he's got his isolation. Lost gun. So, great display of speedrunning tricks here from Moody. He starts, so he's gonna do it again. The pause buffer, known as mod shot, and then also the brick particle boost, and then a stair slide. So it's got everything in it.
Yeah, it's also nice to see them in a short succession. Of course, in speedrun competitions as well as contract speedruns, nothing is off the table apart from
the controversial. This is just to be able to also pull them off consistently so close is very impressive, to me at least.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm gonna give it a very quick, close to 2 minutes in game time poison only run for Chongqing, and Moody will no doubt go to Mendoza first of this competition. Puppy avoids the suspicion from the researcher and yeah, about a minute 10 seconds behind. Still solidly in second place, of course, depending on how Barbecue is doing on the other side. And I'm not sure if this part is intentional, but I think he just manages to avoid suspicion after the mud shot on this top floor door. It's also time to get the agency pickup, which is not the last gun, but the Jank. Rest of the run should play out similar.
Muda is doing proper poison only run, even getting 47 poison, starting very default. So.
Yeah, that's a good point, yeah. And obviously all the story poisons come out in the last two maps. Of course, we will see Carpathian Mountains for the only time tonight. With the serum on the constant. Spoilers.
Oh no. Ruined.
More oh no for Puppy, but I think the second Jank was the one that hit and should be still easy to salvage.
He can't go for a shot again because she heard another one, so has to go for. Oh, and then she sees the body, panics, but luckily it's not when you crouch or something.
Yeah, and I wasn't sure if I think Imogen was the one who saw the bodies, but I've seen some suspicion from the dumpling hooks, but the bullet extraction salvaged that. So Puppy is out as well, and it's Mendoza versus Mendoza. With Nizuko.
Yeah, moves at the tail end of it though.
Yeah, just barely catching the same map. But should be fine to exit here. Enforcer dots go away after the double shot panic. 12 seconds, no problem, never a problem for these category extensions. So Mu is out, and just the great Carpathian Mountains remain before finishing the first round. I think we have seen one restart from Mu when we were on this scene. It was a late Dubai restart, which costed him a minute or so. I think since then, because we saw him finish Dubai, and Chongqing and Mendoza were resetless. So if anything, that it could have been in Berlin, but judging by the times, not much time has been lost from Mu so far. But with a quick restart in Mendoza. Do I dare add Mu's game sound there? I think it's sort of PTSD for everyone who has played Season 3, that once you're outside the chain, then the background noise will be almost unbearable, but let's try some muted audio there.
There's speaking of like speedrunning and stuff, I think this level just has one of the most bizarre speedruns because it uses that panic spread all throughout the train.
It's, yeah, the map is broken to down to the bits. I think only Sapiens would be as bizarre with the different kills that are going on.
Yeah, it's like, I don't know, I mean, one of the runs I've seen from Mude was where you just push the guard onto the next zone where he spreads panics.
Yeah, I think I remember that as well. It's just crazy what can you achieve there. And oh, Puppy getting into combat again, so another minute worth of restart there.
Yeah, that's a huge stretch of lead for Mu as he gets closer and closer to the end of this category and also this map.
Reaching the final section of the map, and some more panic will be required there. I wonder if we will see the newest tech here, where you can pause and just use one bullet for bullet destruction on this guard that just
It's going with the trusty shot through 3 different cars. Panic guards and the final NPCs.
Works like a charm,
yeah.
And I don't really expect Mu having any reason to lose the guns anymore, and Press is done, presses the serum, and he's out of the first category, and Mu wins Season 3 SASO Poison. Nezuko and Papi are getting closer and closer, with Papi still at the beginning of Mendoza sadly, but Nezuko making some nice progress in China. In this one more Papi attempt, and then we can see the other scene. Should be 4 players there to 2. Active players, I mean.
Yeah, looks like Nezuko's opted to wait out Imogen.
Very specific place you have to hide in here. I'm not sure if this will work first try, but seems like he took the necessary precautions and no one turned around.
Wow.
Nezuko just 1 KO and 1 poke away from finishing China. Jank is far enough away from Imogen so she doesn't hear a thing, and the last poke just has to line up well, but Nezuko does, and he will be going to Mendoza, so I would say that this double Mendoza action we will trade for whatever we have on the other scene. Just want to see Nezuko finish here first. But obviously with green guns there's the finish.
Now, we strike at the heart.
And the barbecue all the way in Mendoza, the tango part as well. So he has
Nice.
had a
Somebody's
Very
on the
solid.
umbrella. Look at the back. Oh, he just dropped down. That's hilarious. Oh man.
What's the plan? Too many eyes.
that sounds great, but yeah, very nice season 3 by Barbecue.
Last
Of course, we can't catch everyone's every move in the first category, but after the first elimination, everyone will fit on the same scene, of course.
Yeah, it's good to see Observer out of Dartmoor, but kind of in the middle of Berlin, so I imagine he may have struggled in one of those 2 maps after we switched off. Can't imagine it was Dartmoor because he secret Alexa's the last thing he saw, so
Yeah, probably just decided to go with the safer approach, and now it's getting a bit too loud for my liking, at least as far as Romania is concerned. But let me just quickly change scenes. Barbecue. Yep, seems Barbecue is the only one in Romania currently, so second place for Barb, with 3 players in Mendoza and 2 in Berlin, but not at the beginning of their run, so hopefully we can see this one finish. Observer poking banner, a syringe for a syringe, and that should be now 3 kills out of 5.
yeah, somebody make a meme with the curry image. You get syringe, I get syringe.
The trade offer. Suppose we
And
can.
more syringe, one for Don Archibald Yates from Scruffy. So he's gonna be hitting Romania very soon.
The last panic there. And there's the exit pop-up, always. For me it's a
Yeah,
bit scary,
that's-
like 12 seconds, come on, just let's get it over with. But Scruffy is out and is 1 map away from finishing, and second place is on the line here. Could he get a punch on banner? Not necessarily
Oh.
a run ending there, but I think that was probably orange and also not the action he wanted there. Unfortunate there.
In the ICA training, they only taught Agent 47 to poke on the back, not, when somebody's unconscious and you can just stick it in.
That's years of academic
that can
training.
be taken out of context. Anyways,
Yeah.
yeah, I like poking fun at 47's inability to do simple daily life tasks.
Just a quick confirmation that we still have 1 finisher so far. Mu won Season 3, our first category of the day. And Scruffy and Barbecue are racing for second place currently. Observer getting close to the end of his Berlin run. I think it's 4 out of 5 kills. He is looking at the Davenport poison kill to hit. and then he just probably wants to create some panic after that. That's why he's waiting in a safer area. It's 5:05 if I'm not mistaken. Our admin for the day, Chris X3, would probably know it down to the decimals, but there's Davenport and the final kill for Observer. Oh, but the poison is delayed. Oh, the briefcase. Davenport's picking up the briefcase. What?
That's gonna be a long delay. Oh no.
Well, that can mean two things. If I just hope that the glass or the cup isn't gone. And I mean, at least it's part of his cycle to always drink from there, but I hope it's not a glitch there. Like, he would pick up the cup but gets distracted after and he just doesn't have a cup to pick up from that point. I hope. Oh my god, it's going to be such an annoying delay there.
Yeah, there's so many things that could happen. They could have just made game counts him as having taken the drink, so the cup would be there, but it would no longer be poisoned. All sorts of things can happen with that.
And also Observer getting to the 6-minute mark and getting all these bodies being found. I think that would be actually Montgomery here finding Chamberlain nearby, because I have seen the agent stop for a bit. Yep, they are in holding pattern. Oh, such a tense moment for Observer, getting out to Dartmoor and wanting to get this Berlin out of the way. But getting things out of the way, there's Scruffy's finish for second place after a Barbary start. Scruffy has
Davenport might walk back to his second cycle poison timing the way he's doing it.
one way to
6.5 minutes.
One way to delay a cycle, just well-placed briefcase, but
yeah, maybe
reaching...
that's a roulette strat you want to use if this works out. Yep, there he goes. Walks straight back into just to die.
He escaped death for another 2 minutes, but Observer is out of Berlin. Halfway through the season. Scruffy fully through the season, and here's his second place finisher in chat.
Oh
Congrats.
my god, Barb. Bit too close for that corner subdue there. The guy saluting still there. And I think the panic was also making the, I don't even remember, the commando, I guess, one of them coming in. So, I don't think that would have worked out.
Yeah. It's unfortunate for Barb. It's a big restart as well, but a really solid season 3 so far, and can very well get third place still, unless Papier takes it, who now has a 45-second lead. It's going to be a bit awkward to change between the scenes for a bit. Movies, well, apologies for Move that they're not showing the pseudo season 3 location, Ambrose Island poison only route, but he is just finishing that as well. But we can see Papier a minute into his run, and it's third place is his to lose. If he can get this first try, then Barb cannot catch up. There's the finish from Mu, and Nezuko going Seeker Strats there, going to be the second kill of Mendoza for him. Not the fastest, but the steadiest. And so many routes to get to the bathroom without any suspicion, just one poke and the tango. No doubt something similar to what Barbecue has done when we came back to that scene. So now Papier in the final section. Just waiting for that guard to be in a position. Not going to be panic this time, but a KO and a drag and a hide. But barely any panic remaining there, just through all those windows, no doubt. And there's the tech I was talking about. Pulse buffer for the 1 bullet distraction. Should get the guard out of the way unless some unfortunate head turns happen, but doesn't seem like it. Nicely in the corner. And Papir with the last panic on the 3 office workers rather. He will be finishing in 3rd place. Right there. So Moody first, Scruffy second, Papir third. There are 5 places to top 5 advances. Barbecue in the best position right now, in the middle of.
This is
Romania.
unfortunate from Barbecue. He threw that icicle, which, again, Hitman things. They look on your back. Observer found trespassing by Imogen. Might be intended.
Oh, the
punch in the face.
Literally from behind. We do
Wow.
love that prompt, don't we? Really costly GRB there.
So yeah, as I was saying, Barbecue having difficulty in that same car again this time. NPCs turning from where the throw came from.
Everyone back to the start of their runs. I'm trying to get Nezuko on this scene. Sorry, Scruffy. I will give you a bit of privacy for now. If I know the stream link for us, try, and I do. Then we have our 4 players remaining. 2 will advance and 2 will be eliminated, but all of them made some nice progress already. We have 15 minutes on the clock remaining. If we don't have the necessary amount of finishers, then we will count who has done how many maps, and of course the player with the most progress will stay in.
Is there like micro counting who has how many targets killed?
So there was an idea to calculate if there is a tie for final map, for example everyone ending in Romania, then who spends the most time in there, but science is not there. Science is not there yet. And Curry still is amazing for the done.
Whoever has passed the most amount of cars.
Yeah, it's can get difficult there. So if there is a tie, then everyone just advances.
Yeah, I think that's probably a fair way of doing it. Just take everybody in.
But by the same token, we might have the round finished in the next 2 minutes. Oh, observer getting orange.
Man.
It's always
behind
the
the
end
wall.
Of
that is so unfortunate. He's
Yeah.
really not having good luck.
And I can imagine it's just being frustrating at this point, especially because of the runs being solid, but the end always turns out against him. Crudy gets the poke. Question marks there because the guards turned around, and in a chest pass in disguise, not much you can do. Oh man.
Barbecue very close. Final part, as you said. Just a couple more guards to dodge. He's dropped his SMG. Thinking about the next steps here. Oh, picked it back up now. Oh man, so close with that. That's always risky. You never know where the head's looking at actually.
Especially because it seemed like the guard was ending his animation and turning around, so
yeah,
there's like a really long throw there. There will be 5 people advancing and 2 will be eliminated. 3 are already through to the second round. We are watching for these 2 last finishers. Nezuko and Barbecue can end the run in the next couple of minutes if they finish this attempt of Romania. Zeror and Crudy are hoping to finish 3 maps before the other 2 finish. Just Romania, and Barbecue is just really close now. One last panic
Yeah,
to go.
last big hurdle is almost done.
What's the approach here? Thrown distraction for this lady that will keep her enforcer status.
Interesting to not go for the... I think he's just, at this point, doesn't want to risk things, but going for something uncertain might be more risky than something you already know.
Yeah,
the
but
guard's
gets
coming
the
back.
red.
That's as I said. There was a bit of hesitation there. I think, again, it's kind of hard to say what he's thinking, obviously, but I'm not sure if he was certain about what he was gonna do there.
Yeah, it's so difficult because I suppose that he was looking to go backwards. Yeah, the fact that the guard came back was the one.
Yeah,
reason
he
was
was
surprised.
probably gonna... He wasn't sure the way she can, when they're sitting down, which way she's gonna turn.
Yeah.
She turns right, she sees him. She turns left, she doesn't. Observer leg shotting Imogen.
And
there was
punch.
a prompt for like not even half a second. What is it? His second straight up GRB on Imogen.
At least.
But
that is so painful. And always at the end of the run, it's not if only it was Hush that is the harder kill, then it's so much less time that is going out the window. 10 minutes remaining. Now it's 3 missions. It's getting desperate.
big
sadly.
break for Crudy though. He's out, no longer trespassing with Imogen dead, and he will go to Mendoza. So getting close there. You know, there's still a possibility that we see all 4 of these players play Romania at the same time.
Yeah, it's just the thing that you just really want to see. I suppose we do want to see this time because.
And then they all finish within 3 seconds of each other.
Yes. There's the Hush kill for Observer. And then back to Imogen for at least the 4th time, and all ending in just such unfortunate places. Could be a peekaboo there. Gets out of the room. For Crude, it's an interesting situation. Of course, no one knows where the others are. Upon finishing in the player page, you will be notified of your finishing position, but these 4 players don't know where the others are. And if we don't have the 5 finishers, then at this point everyone who is in Romania would be advancing. So Crudy just needs 1 map, and then he can hope for the others not to finish. But Nezuko and Barbecue getting so much experience in Romania and getting to the end of their run once again, and Barbecue with the icicle shot that turns into a peekaboo again. I'm not sure if that's going to be the same result there, going for the last second corners to do, and another restart. So it's
Yeah, it's really unfortunate to see him struggle here. Let's just to remind everybody, there was a chance he could have been second, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And unfortunately, starting with that commando leader car, it's been a bit difficult. So it was nice to see him get up to the very last car, but unfortunately couldn't get past that one civilian NPC after dodging all the guards. So it's almost as bad as body found when about to poke Constant.
Who would do that?
Or
who would that happen to?
Yeah, right?
No one ever, yeah. Nezuko at the very end of his Romania run, but then I do want to talk about Crudy's approach, going all the way around, and Tamara's already down, 90 seconds in, we will see some done isolation there, but Nezuko also has to restart, so... Focus on the Observer. Poke gets it. That's the second kill for Observer at last, and will not want to risk going back to chest passing. He will be taking the tier 3 exit and going to Mendoza. Everyone is going to Mendoza now. And yeah, there was a bit of push going on there. Nice catch move. That was My heart sank a little, I think observers as well, when that push just really didn't want to come. Target lockdown for Crudy, and that will get the outside mercenary up there, but since this is an accident kill and Valentina is out of the way, there won't be any issues there. Crudy just one panic away from going to Romania for the last 6.5 minutes.
Yeah, nice little Krugermeyer distraction shot from Crudy, and nice clean exit off to Romania. So, not so far behind. Observer just starting Mendoza. Ooh, kind of have the same problem Crudy had with the shot getting spotted. Or get it spotted taking the shot.
Like it's just a very early restart there, and then after that we will see a quick Tamara kill. I think, yeah, a bump is needed there for the quick cut.
Same situation here for Barbecue. Oh, it's almost like watching an action replay. Corner subdue getting spotted. First kill down for Observer on Mendoza. Body shot onto the Gaucho.
We'll take our last chance to get some games from anywhere but Romania. See if Observer can tie it up, and then everyone will have at least one more try. I think there wasn't any body shots on Observer's side and wants to get through this area, which sometimes can turn into trespassing. It always turns into trespassing, but sometimes you do get caught because of the Gaucho head turn. But Observer is through. And then it's the classic race, which two players can finish Romania first, including Nezuko, Barbecue, and then Observer will have, I would say, at least one good shot if he finishes with 3.5 minutes to go.
Yeah, Barb and Crudy around the same in-game time. Crudy going for some triple shots, which will definitely make parts of this navigation of the train faster than, you know, going out the window, out in the cold. Not that the cold actually affects 47's movement.
Observer with another body shot, but the mercenaries will start to come up, and I'm not sure if there's a way to salvage this one. Maybe with some target lockdown to good area. As soon as one of the mercenaries turn orange, the run is over, but they don't really turn towards Observer, but
yeah, but Mr.
punch.
Punchman Observer will not get a break. He will punch yet another target. That's time Don Yates. And hopefully it's not a chain that continues.
Yeah, and with this Observer doesn't have many tries there. I'm not sure if he can finish the season. He can finish Mendoza, and then we'll have the 4-way tie. But who will finish in the last 3.5 minutes? Crudy with a restart. 3:30 to go. We were a couple seconds late in pressing that.
Gives hope for Observer for sure. And restart from Nezuko about 50 seconds ago also makes things easier. And spotted from Barbecue. So run reset for literally everyone in Romania.
Yes. Basically, Nezuko is the last. Yeah. Nezuko is the furthest in any of the runs with 106. But almost getting a restart there as well. So just these last 2.5 minutes to go. Observer not even going to get Mendoza down. Oh yeah, he's back in the game. So he will get Mendoza. He will try Mendoza at least. Depending on where he reaps, he could still have one more try maybe, but for Romania's I don't think there is a time to restart there. Nezuko is the last one who can finish any maps, any Romanias at least. So more of the panic from Nezuko's side. And he's going back for a fuse cell, for another fuse cell. Gets through one area, but I think it is now only the office that can be tricky there. Oh, and of course this throw, this icicle throw, or the lack of the throw, just waiting there.
Same situation here for Observer. Dawn, there's no prompt.
I saw it now for a second.
I saw it too. He's that's not in a good position trying to gun. Yeah, is the chair is gonna block his. Oh my!
And the mercenary is
Observer
coming. Gets the last second clutch there.
He's gotta book it. He's decided to do a shot, but I guess that's not gonna be a problem here. Observer crosses the little gap where the stairs, and you should be able to get to Romania.
With half a minute to spare, he also finishes 5 out of 6 maps. So it's only down to Nezuko.
So what, we have a 4-way tie right now?
We do have a 4-way tie. We might have a 3-way tie, but Nezuko with that will be... it's now confirmed that we have 3 finishers and 4 non-finishers, all of them getting to the same map, and as it is our only tiebreaker, we will have no eliminations. So nice warm-up everyone. I think some of the morale has already knocked down a lot, but you know, at least everyone is guaranteed to play 2 seasons, I suppose, which is, well, when we go for the point-based one-day events, then that's always something that we try to go for, is that everyone gets to play a set amount of maps. With the elimination tournaments, you can't really guarantee that, but apparently that was the case here, and we will have no eliminations here. But yeah, what a tough first 45 minutes there.
Yeah, definitely, especially that page there with the last 4. Again, like I said, Barbecue at one point had the potential to be 2nd place, but couldn't manage to get through Romania. He probably got the farthest in this page as well, to the very, very last carp with NPCs.
That part was nothing short of heartbreaking. That at that point you feel like the run is over, but that last obstacle, what to do with the
the very
lady
last
and the last 2 NPCs.
Very last NPC route altering action that you need to do.
We will have 8 minutes until Season 2 accidents, so I will just change the links back to their original state. I'm curious if Observer will try. If he will first try, that would be a funny move, I agree. And yeah, there's the lol emotes are spamming right now, because Chris, with the confirmation that 3 players completed the category and 4 were tied on the same map, so the tied players all advance, which means everyone advances. Means we have a 7-player second category, but of course now just 4.
This is a conspiracy.
Yeah, it's same as the photo finishes. They are all written and scripted.
Yeah. Next thing you know, we're in the final rounds and it's all 7 players still.
That would be something. We'll have to ask Observer for a final scene, just sketch it in.
Yeah, I mean, you can't get away, okay? If it goes down to it, you have to actually finish Romania. That's the decider.
Yeah.
You have to do all categories in Romania.
Romania only, but all category extensions. So Poison only Romania, no Loadout Romania, which are obviously the same, and then default Loadout. Oh, imagine starting in Refractions.
Yeah, I have to watch Diana and Constant dance.
Yeah, and then you will be sad to rip in the office, because it's now not 3 minutes but 6 that you lose. There you go. People start to like my deranged ideas. Well, be grateful that it's Jokerj's rules for the most part, so he had more common sense, and thank you for the opportunity to let us host this one again. So where were we? Yeah, I suppose it's just busy work, but I will change it back to Scruffy on this page. I won't change the other scene. So we will have Scruffy here and the name Scruffy as well for players on this page again, but we spent a lot of time on this page, so we will go back to Moo, Puppy and Nezuko for the beginning of the second category, Season 2 Accidents Essay. Yes, I do need to change that. It will go down to 4 players at this point. Same tiebreakers, but of course it's more likely that we will see finishers, or we will see the run end prematurely because we have our 4 finishers. Of course it's 8 maps. Is it 8? Yes. Season 2 and the 2 mapper DLC. So Hawks to Haven, of course. Will probably have its own difficulties with 3 target maps, but it also has the 1 target map, Hawks Bay and New York, of course, so I think it's going to be a nice variety of difficulties. Just trying to get some reactions from the chat. Everyone is in, yeah, it's and yeah, let's talk about the fact that Observer did say 3 minutes before the end that he doesn't have time, so he will stop the attempt, and that was in Mendoza, knowing that he can't finish Romania, but he changed his mind, maybe after consulting with players or just with anything, but he did finish Mendoza in the last minute, and that basically earned him a tied rank and saved us from using his other scene, which will be a 6-player scene, but it won't get used today, I suppose. And Chris, with the useful clarifications here, I think it's important to mention here that the Sierra car shot is an accident. That's from in-game, just clarifying, of course, what is allowed there. The Davut fall is not always an accident though, so he will be looking for the accident XP pop-up if someone were to go for that approach, I guess. But move with the answer that it's very, very rare, 1 in a million, that you actually get accident XP there, so. So sadly we won't see the Davut push most likely. And we have 3 more minutes. I think the one last thing that I need to do here is change the script again. Just reset and then click start of the timer when we get to 55 past the hour, the end of our first hour here in the Category Cup. It's a season with the most maps, but the category which is closest to SA speedrunning, so I would imagine that it will be more meta-like, it will be less uncharted and more known, the rounds that we will take. Curious to see what will happen in the next 45 minutes. Just under 2 minutes until that. It's a good question that how many times we will see the Molly, the Molotov cocktail. Season 1 is pretty much transformed by the new item. And
Yeah, one of the things that I found really cool was the double kill on Ezra and Penelope in Colorado.
that's just such a beauty to see in action. Speaking of Season 2, and it's also SA, I don't think we will see it today, because it involves Molly launch, but Zebelos played it on stream, and I think he got the record at that time, which includes the flower pot for Andrea, Santa Fortuna we're talking about, and the flying Molotov cocktail for Rico, and detonated at about a minute in. Yeah, minute 22 Santa Fortuna accidents only, that's a crazy record. And then going into the propane for Jorge, that would be a really sick trio of kills to get, but I think because of the Molly launch, it obviously won't be a launch. I think I've seen it thrown next to Rico. I think that will be a more likely approach there for Santa Fortuna. Well, on my clock, it's less than 10 seconds to go now, and when it changes to 55, I will click start timer, and we have another 45 minutes to start, changing back to our starting scene in Nezuko, Papier and Mude, and Hawks Bay will begin our second category for the day, Season 2 Accidents, Silent Assassin. Basically going to be very synced action here, and I think the big question is whether to use the propane, which Papier will, or the Molotov, which Moody tried. I think that was a missed Chang there, which prompted a quick restart from Mu. Nezuko just a couple of seconds behind, but also using the password on the PC and 2 Chang shots there. And it seems it's neither so far. It's neither the propane nor the Molotov, but it might still be the electrocution there because he's dragging Alma Reynard to the bathroom.
It's nice to see all sorts of accidents actually on kind of a not very good target, and
Yeah.
Alma Reynard's pretty smart. She doesn't have any falling objects or barrels laying around.
or doesn't live too far above, so not many fall opportunities there. I think Nezuko got the worst end of the sometimes glitchy taser drop, which turns you into basically extended illegal action, but your action is the illegal one, so it's not technically extended, and was basically spotted by everyone.
Yeah. One of those, when you press the trigger, it's suspicious.
Yes. So you just have to see Nezuko get his second try. Mu is already in Miami, which is
Oh man,
fairly
one of
close.
Nezuko's darts getting eaten by the falling guard.
Still gets 3 chunks out of it. I don't think bullet distractions work anymore, but the body shot may. Nezuko just has to be really quick there and hope that the guard's legs really hurt by now, but he's getting closer, needs to close the door, gets the wrong prompt there, still green guns though. I would also say that it's the Veki exception there, that even if you drag a calmer target, you will still have green guns, but I'm not exactly sure about this. Oh, Nezuko dies to the electrocution.
Oh my.
Imagine that.
That didn't look like he was close enough. He was the other side of the wall, but I guess the water flows really, really far, and also 47 has...
It was...
yeah.
He
triggers the electrocution where even NPCs don't, so...
It was a really oversized puddle. Definitely there was no water next to Nezuko, but... alas, it's another restart there. Papier, all objectives down, and His propane approach will net him a second place on this scene. Moody already in the second half basically of his Miami. And going to be a wall bang Robert kill. And I suppose that didn't take anyone else there, but still gets into combat because that guard was too quick to get out of that door. Late restart for Moody.
Yeah, Papier will catch up now. He's off of Hawke's Bay into Miami.
Miami versus Miami
Struggling for
here.
Nezuko continues.
And Chris with the eyes on all 7 streams. Crudy got a drowning kill on Alma, which is
Yeah, I was
amazing
gonna
too.
just update. So the other observer is in Santa Fortuna.
Definitely changing
Scruffy just
scenes now,
started
yeah.
Santa Fortuna, and Barbecue is off to Miami. Crudy's walking to the boat. So yeah, it's some nice progress going on over here too.
Yep, and he's the Santa Fortuna that's also talked about. Yeah, Observer didn't get the Breacher, now he gets it. The rare silent assassin run, which includes a disguise change, that was a nice comment the other day. Observer keeps his green guns. He was walking towards the camera there. More mud shotting there. Scruffy gets ahead on the mud shot. And Molotov kill coming up next for both of them. Scruffy gets it, animation is on. Observer is a bit further away from Rico, but can still get an angle on there.
Yeah, I might go for the safer one where he just stands. Oh, that's an explosion. Falls right at his feet.
And for some reason it's not explosion accident, it's explosive weapon. So the one that gives you red guns upon insta explosion.
Yeah, that's a very interesting way IOI has actually coded that 2 items.
Rocky with a ping that he's ready to play in 30 minutes, just a bit too late, but we are still with 7 players in this second round. So Scruffy will be the first to go to Mumbai. Observer with a restart there, and he just needs to get some better timing on this part of the run. This guy is changing to the mud shot. And if he can catch Rico at the same place as Scruffy did, then it's a more likely Rico kill, but someone found Observer through 2 brick walls. It's encouraging. He's now tied with Barbecue going into Santa Fortuna. Crudy with a peekaboo into this run, which has a fall accident opportunity, but also a sink for electrocution. So curious which accident will we see here. But also the first Mumbai is here with Scruffy using the brick already, and that will be electrocution Maelstrom. We don't see him in instinct, but Scruffy just went past him, of course. That will be for a bit later though. What am I talking? I think I just completely missed the Maelstrom kill. I apologize for that. I think it was just a live electrocution if I'm not mistaken, but Mumbai I haven't seen a lot. Maybe a second electrocution though for Davut, that's for sure. Just requires one guard to delay.
Might just be all 3 electrocutions, one of the go-to Mumbai, almost a bunch of runs, even SASOs, at least the ones I used to do, was electrocutions, and you can Maelstrom electrocution is actually the most complicated one out of those because you need the live. There's an easier one around like a minute where he's by that tuk-tuk trying to talk to a woman. And there goes Dawood.
And then Vanya electrocution became a bit easier when Hitman 3 dropped, because before that you needed a briefcase or a coin to make it consistent, and I believe you don't need it anymore. She will walk into that puddle either way. As you can see, it's next to the radio. Just a simple drop there. Yeah, no other distractions needed, and Scruffy will detonate, or use the detonator rather, when Vanya is exactly in there, but that's the same delayed.
Oh man, he's got
action
the
there.
taser thing again. Oh, well, not again, but we see it again in this
Second time this,
competition.
yeah. And
I
otherwise,
just wish it was consistent. If it's gonna be illegal, just make it illegal every time.
don't even understand what's the logic behind it.
Yeah, I haven't really done any testing, but I don't understand the logic behind it either. Maybe somebody played around with it.
Back for more Mumbai, as Moody is also on the 1, 2, 3, 4th map of the season. And Papier with a very unorthodox order. Andrea last, but still going to be an accident and electrocution most likely. I mean, it can be a fall while we're at it. Just hope that door is closed, and it is. And yeah, at this point the fall is quicker than the electrocution, even though both are very nice accidents for this. Nice and simple. And Papi will go to Mumbai as Moody is finishing that map, taking the lead again. Mizuko finishing
Off
Mumbai.
to Whittleton Creek.
Miami.
This is probably gonna be the most meme run. What is it gonna be? The tank for Janus and the taser for Nolan?
I can't imagine any other way, which is basically the... You don't even need to be in a disguise. The SASO accidents route work for SA as well. The SASO any route, I would say. Like the quickest way. There are some RTA friendly ways to get Nolan with a cutscene skip in the Cassidy household, but for now it will be the classic. Don't want to say in under 10 seconds, but since the in-game timer started, Moody already has a kill down. Of course, some cutscene needed that. And the taser kill set up already, so it is now just 3 clues that's remaining for Moo. The lawsuit from Betty, the... almost said the frog, but it's from the frog habitat and it's the cigar box. And then after this panic it will be a very fancy letter grab from Spencer. He's coming. And it's always green. Even though it feels otherwise. Feels so wrong, but still legal.
He is green, isn't he? Spencer the Hammer Green.
Oh my. Oh my. It's too good.
Agent Green. But anyways, that's really solid Whittleton Creek. Pretty much exactly what I said was going to happen. Call me a genius. Because that wasn't obvious at all.
Yeah,
But
it was hard to
see,
call,
a
but
nice
that's why
falling
you have
object
you.
kill for Papier on Vanya. This is another cool speedrun Mumbai strat. This is the... What is it? The scooter on Maelstrom and then the falling object on Vanya.
Yep, and the one trouble is the Dawood kill, but he's not going for the push there. the sniper
Yeah, looks like
pushes
he's
you
going
into...
for a brick. And mode 8. Walking around areas most of us don't in Isle of Scale with some power of boosting.
Yeah, very infamous chandelier will be used for this, at least from the past Roulette Rivals. Actually, a double chandelier kill, if I'm not mistaken, just different floors, of course. Sophia and Zoe wouldn't really meet otherwise, only on phone. Oh, I think Zoe was running for a second and then stopped. She's set to check out Feniger and the MOC room, but meets her demise before that, and the lockdown gets Zoe under another chandelier. There's some whoosh going on, but far enough away maybe. Move's not confident enough to get that second drop. Without a weight, of course, but now it's all settled there. And just exiting scale. All that panic, but no problems there, and Move's just 2 maps away from finishing Season 2. He is into New York, and his closest opponent would be Scruffy, who is finishing Whittleton, going into scale now.
Yep. Crudy, Observer, and Barbecue in Santa Fortuna. Looks like a lead here for the Observer. 2.5 minutes in. Jorge down. I think that's all targets neutralized.
But one objective remaining, which is the cameras, which when I saw Observer's first run, he was awfully close to one of the cameras, which we never really wanted to take care of, so I'm a bit afraid that probably that was the problem for him, and it's adding a lot of time to his run, but it's a very unique speedrun now with all 3 targets down, just trying to get the cameras down.
Yeah, see which one he goes for. Couple of options: go up to the Vanisher's room or go to the crew quarters down below, which probably would be a little riskier because you have to navigate through the caves. Looks like he's going up to the Vanisher. What kind of name is that? I don't think he's got an EMP to wallbang the
I don't
couple
think so
enforcers.
either. But without any unfortunate head turns, and actually cycle changes, he should turn into green. He's aware of the one enforcer, but still gets a bit trapped by him, and is just so panicked which exit to go to. And I think at that point helicopter
he
is
sees
no
enforcers
just
everywhere, but that definitely chose the safest way with enforcers. Another one.
Unless looks like he's going back to Rico and take his car keys. Oh, sadly you can't take his boat keys from him. It's going to be a floor above, surrounded by enforcers, but it's going to be a Santa Fortuna finish for Observer, and a scale finish for Scruffy, perhaps. Just that last panic remaining, 1 bullet distraction and 1 handshot.
I'm at the helicopter. The place is crawling with security.
And it's Scruffy going into New York, moves into Haven now, and Santa Fortuna and Mumbai on the other scene. Poor Chris just typed out the details of this scene and then just decided to check it out anyway, but Mu is 2 kills away from finishing Season 2, that's for sure. And that's a propane for Steven. It's the simplest part to imagine. I'm sorry, Chris, again. And then I think it's going to be
I mean, that was
flawless.
kind of the same thing what happened when I was talking about the other scene. It was, then he switched immediately, so I was like, all right.
You know,
in other news, it's not other news.
Yeah, we were contracted for just one category of this double scene action, and but the players had other ideas, so we will just adjust, and he's going for the double seeker now, which will mean another interesting empty clip lure, and there's Ludmila, the only NPC to react to that.
And a burger kill fall onto the 2-inch water. It's gonna be a fall kill. There goes Ludmila.
It's a very Hitman kill to finish Season 2 for Moody's second Season 1, but more important, the first player to be guaranteed in the third category, the semi-finals, rather than the round before the finals.
Yeah, and a Molotov.
Oh.
Another very Hitman kill
Yeah,
from Papier. Final kill for Mumbai.
just gonna switch it back for here. It's going to have some panic there, and Enforcer still in action. I don't think he has any coins, but he can still exit main, and Papier will go to some simpler 2-target maps for sure, obviously starting with Whittleton Creek. And that seems like a finish there, with Nezuko still 2 kills to go in Santa Fortuna. So, our other 4. Double Mumbai, Santa for Crudy, and Scruffy at the end of New York, with a falling object to go. And a couple data discs. I suppose the order doesn't really matter at this point. What matters here is taking care of the cameras, getting the CEO exit, and the last remaining data disc, which Scruffy just went past. He still needs one, and he's going towards the exit, but there will be no exit to pop up. And I was pretty sure that it's in the chamber. Yeah, Scruffy is missing Athena's disc. With no...
He's gonna be like, where's my exit?
He was so focused
It's
on
up
the
there.
exit that not even checking the prompt there.
It's kind of an autopilot sequence of events
Absolutely.
from there on.
It's not going to cost him too much, luckily. If it was roulette, it would be so heartbreaking to see a run lose to that. And of course the trouble here was, oh, Scruffy, oh my god, this is not SASO. I was lost my mind that when he changed disguises. Scruffy is melting my brain.
I lost
but
my mind because you changed that disguise, which has the wall hack potential.
Wall hack from below, that's also scary as well. But Scruffy very nicely done in New York, just one map away from a second place finish. Need to calm down and just check the other players. I think that would be, just with a quick check on the other scene, Nezuko and these 3 on the 3 target maps of Santa Fortuna or Mumbai, but Scruff is also in a 3 target map, but it's the last one, the solid lead over everyone else, including Papier, who is now 3rd, I would say.
He's not even staying at the villa anymore.
No, not for at least a month.
Molotov wallbang for Tyson. It was the kill we missed before changing scenes.
Oh,
but
but
it didn't get. Yep.
what's his name? The bodyguard.
You're the one who knows all of them.
I do, but it's season 2, so I don't like. I didn't know what Montgomery's guard's name was until Chris said his name was Hendrix or something.
Oh,
Season 1, yes. Maybe I should go play some contracts.
we just need the
2 targets remaining.
seasonal system with one map every few months.
Excellent work.
I mean, that's personally not really the reason for me. It's just the contracts mode, and you would need a revamp.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I played 5 contracts between season 3 and Ambrose, I guess. For the breaching charge.
Oh, yeah. The only worthwhile unlock. I'm sorry, everyone who thinks otherwise.
No, I don't. I'm with you there.
So, synchronized Dawood waiting for barbecue And Observer, Barbara, you got it with no non-target kill, and he will be finishing Mumbai, and Observer will have very similar, or hoping for similar results.
Server's kind of bored, gotta wait for
Fishes
tossing
go
the
back
fish
to
back to the river, yeah.
a long wait, and there are some accidents or electrocution spots where I worry that it gets a non-target as well, but I think that would be explosion rather when you use the proxy. Electrocution you shouldn't have any problems, and Observer sure enough still green guns and or 3 kills down, so we will be seeing Whittleton versus Whittleton and probably cutscene versus cutscene.
Ludmilla Vetrova has been permanently retired. That's all we need to do from here.
And there's a scruffy finish.
Scruffy, yeah, second place secured. Up here onto New York.
He is now closest to finishing with an update from Nezuko. Yeah, he is forfeiting. I think he made it to Santa Fortuna this time. I'm not sure if he did finish. We've seen him with a couple kills. Couple kills down in that map, but ultimately it's probably the first elimination from this season, from this category. Of course, we are looking for 4 finishers. Moody is 1, Scruffy is 2, and Papier is the favorite to finish 3rd this time, which will leave us with not good with names, Observer, Crudy, and Barbecue finishing or fighting for 4th place. I think with that I will also...
Wait, what happened to Crudy? He had Andrea left, he took out the cameras 5.5 minutes in.
Which kill
Only
was
took
missing?
5.5 seconds for the run to go wrong. That's unfortunate.
Which kill was missing for Crudy? Because 5.5 minutes would suggest to me that he was waiting for Andrea electrocution.
Right, yeah.
And
He was using the time to do other things like taking out the cameras and such.
And just sometimes, I think with not the perfect panic, she just go for some other route and she won't step in that puddle. But I'm not exactly sure, but we will now of course stay on this scene as I will change to Papier Festa this time.
Yeah, I can give background upgrades. And Papier, well, as I say, he gets a knockout onto a guard who turns orange as he's falling. I don't know if that was transfer from crime by Athena to the guard, but either way, that's a restart for him in New York.
Now everyone on the same scene, and once more...
I didn't notice.
Just
I was
finished,
looking
so...
at my own scene. Sorry.
Yeah, it's it's always a mess to coordinate between multiple
See,
people,
another
but...
time when I'm giving, I think, is background upgrade, it's actually in the foreground.
No, I did take my time while you were mentioning that to actually change the streams.
Yeah.
So no worries.
Good progress here from the Observer.
Looks very close to a Littleton finish, though I'm not sure about the Spencer clue there, and I also don't see the Observer or the Cassidy electrocution there. Oh, it was the remote and not the micro remote. Will prompt him a restart. So, Papier again in the office. And
for some roulette stuff.
Yeah, he could get away with any accident, still he has the Molotov in his inventory. Of course, that will be the loudest of them all. I think that's the plan now, just hide the one body that cannot be found. Otherwise it will ruin Silent Assassin, and Papier will hide another body which might be too close to Athena.
Yeah, rather not drag. Not a bad idea. Places it.
Might be shooting it from afar, so that he's as far away as possible. Yeah, Bartoli does the job, and that's 2 discs, I believe, with Fabian missing. But it's an enforcer to dodge there. Luckily, the other side is now completely empty with all the guards rushing in.
Barb with a solid peekaboo on Zoe from behind the casket.
It's a big one, and will be a long and strong one as well, yeah.
Yeah, might just get even a push prompt. Sophia already down.
And that's the
Yep,
push.
there we go. That's a beautiful kill.
Yes, done barbecue. We'll stay in 4th place, despite Observer tying the maps for just a couple of seconds. Barbecue will go to New York. Papier will leave New York and is now just 1 map away, with Crudy on his Santa Fortuna run again, with Rico down, with... I have to say I missed it. There was still the push into the hippos enclosure, or the falling object coconuts, but Rico is down. Andrea is next, I would assume, with some electrocution perhaps.
It was a hippo dinner last time, so I imagine he didn't really deviate from that. It's also the... Not that it matters, it's the quieter of the 2 kills.
That's true, yeah. And I think this is the important electrocution spot. That puddle itself can kill. I'm not sure if the placement matters, which would be very Hitman-like and stupid, that it would matter where you place it in that little water caused by some truck.
Aggressive shots from Papier. First with that Bartoli onto the Molotov, and now on the leg shot on Ludmilla there. First kill down. Going for the propane.
Lovely to see the different order of targets. Oh, Papier gets really close to the camera grid, but of course confident enough to not get caught by them. Still green guns and 2 kills to go. Crudy gets Andrea down. Just Jorge is missing, and then he will have 3 maps complete. Oh, Papi gets a really unlucky propane bounce there. The other end of the gym, honestly.
Yeah, propane bounce is like one of the most obnoxious RNG you'll see in this game.
And Papi has to hide in foliage to get away from the enforcers, but gets away. Will now be trespassing instead. I think that's a Molotov wallbang that's remaining for him.
Fortunate for Observer there, and the Sophia falling object missed the first shot, and then the second shot hit, but it killed a non-target, turned red immediately, so...
Crudy's last kill is going to be a drowning, or something of that sort. Oh my god, no way!
Oh,
No way, the
jeez.
leaves. Crudy with the evidence there, that's so unfortunate.
Luckily for him, he's got another dart. Hopefully he's gonna take a more... an easier shot. Luckily...
Oh,
what?
Compromised by the helicopter pilot. They were turning away from him, then back towards 47, and it was just a so unlucky position to get it, and that will be a whole replan with the EMP. That's probably for the Jorge kill, so that when he gets the last kill, he can just use it on the puddle in front of the shed. That's really unfortunate.
Papier gets the Molotov on Tyson, so that should be him done with Season 2 accidents.
And that will earn him 3rd place and leaves us with 3 players competing for the last spot to advance to round 3. Barbecue in New York, Observer in Isle of Scale, that's maps 7 and 6 respectively, and Crude is sadly a bit behind, and with 11 minutes to go that's really hard for him to finish, but maybe he can still tie them up. That will be interesting to see, but it's mainly between Barb and Observer at this point.
Yeah, definitely, and Barb can pull this New York through. The lead will be a decent amount. Obviously, Haven being the last map, something you still have to keep steady hands.
Haven itself is probably one of the top challenges of the season, and he will have 10 or so minutes to do that if he finishes this New York run, which is still a bit away because he's going to get rid of this high security guard and check the other 2 in this office. Falling object doesn't kill Zoe, so that's a restart for Observer. Lead grows a bit in favor of Barbecue. About to turn into 2 maps if he can finish New York. Soundproof corner does its job again, and no one will be any wiser after those shots. And once that high security guard comes back in about a minute, probably or possibly before the end of the run, he will see 1 accident kill and 2 armored bodies. So Barb is in no rush, but still has to nail the last jank shot to finish New York. The problem for Barb is that I'm not sure if this will be causing some havoc between the 2 key players of this data grab. Barb still has a Jank and the Snail. He wanted to use the Snail on both of them and decides to just use the Snail on Fabian.
This is not a bad. This is a great idea because then he reduces the risk of anybody spotting him. So he's playing New York really well. Even earlier, when Athena was on her chair, waited for her to see him, and grabbed disc easily.
Yeah, this is quicker. This is safer. Barbecue is just 1 map away from ending the 2nd category. Observer with some break and a replan. He's back into the beginning of Isle of Scale, and 8 minutes for 3 maps. He will be against the clock once again, but he can still get some ties and keep himself in the competition. 8 minutes for Barbecue to end this 2nd category of the day. If he finishes Haven Island, he will be the 4th and final person to advance. I think we've had the same podium finishers, just as a reminder, with Moo winning ahead of Scruffy and Papier. But who will be the 4th and final person to finish this season is the big question now. Oh, Papier is out.
Yeah, that's up. Kind of been reading that stuff, so I'm not really sure what's gonna be. I guess it gives Crudy or Observer an opportunity to take that spot.
Yeah, Chris is right, but also he will always be right as match admin to keep with the flow of the tournament and promise the 4 players in the next round. So we now have 2 finishers, and we will be looking for 2 more finishers for the 4 in the next round. We, of course, still have 2 rounds to go. We can't skip to the final, which is 3 ways. So that's just given a good chance for Observer, who may or may not finish the season, but looks very good to finish with a 4th place. Observer has
Yeah,
to...
and once again, Barbecue, if these his other players also struggle, he is in the lead because he puts himself in the same position of being on the last map.
Yeah. Observer got news as well, of course. Nothing against reading the chat, and I think Observer is also asking what's the situation, or we'll have a comment on that, but as things stand, then we will have Barbecue and Observer. Didn't meet standards.
Yeah, it's a interesting comment. I'll leave that for text maybe later.
So 5.5 minutes to go, and Barbecue has the bodyguard setup. The Tyson setup, he's disguised as a bodyguard right now, but that's kind of unrelated. It's basically the first kill. As good as done. But 2 to go.
That is Zoe Washington. One target down.
Explosion accident for Zoe.
Yeah, explosion kill for Observer.
But that's not an accident, you're right. Yeah. For Barbecue, the second kill might also be an explosion accident. Yeah, there are these.
He's gonna
tanks.
he's gonna use the shed's tanks, and that's the first official kill, I guess, of Haven for him.
Yeah. Basically a kill on Tyson, but the trigger has not been pressed. But now time for Ludmila. Will it be the dart gun lure or something similar? Cheeseburger in hand. That's funny after seeing
Yeah.
the other Havens.
One target down. Nice work, 47.
Oh, nice shot on Ludmila with the Seeker. Switches to the Pearl. Come on, bud. Gotta use the Pearl. She's just gonna go to Jason Portman's bathroom though, so
Yeah, for
there's Chaos Agent ruining everybody's day.
the mirror is luckily towards the other end, so the guard KO will not cause any issues.
One target
But that
down.
looks like the second kill there.
Next up, Sophia Washington.
Server gets the Zoe kill, the right one, the accident instead of the breaching charge explosion.
And that's 3 kills, green guns, and took him 42 minutes to finish the longest season. Accidents only. Barbecue is through to the next round, and on merit as well. The 4th person to finish the season. Basically the third player to advance, and after this Papier drop out. Can get another sigh of relief. Before the 3rd category, which will be Season 1. Still Silent Assassin, but no loadout.
Yeah, that's gonna become very, very specific. Very few things to fall back on.
But at least, oh my, I think that's a subdue through the wall, or at least it was hurt, so Observers have to restart.
Yeah.
And maybe get Scale finished in the last 2 minutes, but doesn't change the order now a lot.
Yeah, Crudy's a bit too far behind. Still in Santa Fortuna, struggling with that Jorge kill as he was before. Trying to get the puddle, the EMP.
Yeah, dropping it is the way. Unless that enforcer lady picks it up, I honestly not sure if that's possible there. But Jorge is leaving the shed, so he should be the one picking that up before anyone else, and that will be the Santa Fortuna finish right at the end of the 45-minute mark. Jorge didn't see, he hears the pop. No, he didn't hear the pop, he was just checking his laptop, so sadly there's no crew finish from Santa Fortuna, but also the finish of this category is now as well, unless Observer can get a kill in the next 35 seconds and exit. I think that was the end of Season 2. But yeah, I suppose Papier just for reference, he's I'm not sure if that's any real implications as well, but he just simply doesn't want to run the category, he didn't learn it, and he doesn't want to improve it either, so that's the reasoning I've read. Of course we respect it, and we'll set up the 4-player round 3 with Moo, Scruffy, Barbecue and Observer. Unless there are some other calls from Chris, but that's how I read the chat in the meantime. Time is up now officially. And we will be preparing for Season 1 No Loadout Silent Assassin. I guess depending on how long the break is, might just go to the idler for a couple of minutes to just get a breather after 2 45-minute maps. But I will wait out Chris's message there in the match info channel, and then that gives us time to prepare for the third of 4 categories. 4 players will still be in from the 7 who started the day, from the 8 who entered, and then the 3 first finishers, the 3 top players of the category, will play in the final, which is Season 2 Fiberwire essay. And that will be in 9 minutes, at least the next category, so we will be back after this short break. should be back now with the final 4 of Category Cup and the final 2 rounds of Category Cup. 4 will become 3 in the next 45 minutes and a bit during the third of 4 categories with Season 1 Silent Assassin No Loadout. We have, after some scene switching, Observer, Moody, Scruffy and Barbecue remaining, and 3 of these 4 will advance to the final round, which is Season 2 Silent Assassin Fiberwire only. And what we've had in the first 2 rounds, just a quick recap, is we've started with Season 3 Poison SASO, and after 3 players finished but the other 4 tied on Romania, everyone advanced, no one was eliminated, but that streak ended after the previous round. Season 2 Accidents only ended with Nezuko-chan forfeiting, then Papier forfeiting, and Krudi being eliminated for I guess not being the 4 who got the farthest. I'm not sure how to sum it up quicker, but he had that very unlucky Santa Fortuna situation with the darts and then couldn't make it farther than, for example, Observer did, or the 3 finishers. We should be starting in 1 minute. Punk, who is still with me, our co-caster here. What's your take on the tournament so far?
It's kind of nice to see the really fast stuff from Mude, but we also seen some really, I would say, some improv from Barbecue, even Crudy when he was playing some of the steady strats. Sometimes the fast ones don't just always work, especially in a live raced setting.
It's a good mix of the speed and the improv, and of course what works for RTA. But of course
that's why I think this will be like a nice change of pace, because it's the Molotovs and the darts and all those things, you can't use them in here.
Yep, you can't use anything from your loadout, because obviously that's what no loadout entails. We have started the timer a bit late, but we can see all 4 of them already in Paris on their first attempts, and Mu will be finishing 58 seconds in 58 seconds for first try. With that's a good question who will be second fastest, but none of them cracking the 1 minute mark like Mu did.
So it looks like Barbecue's waiting for Victor to walk under Dahlia for that. What's that opportunity called? Well, I should know this.
Terminal velocity.
Terminal velocity. There we go.
Yeah, nothing short of a classic kill there. And I've seen Barbecue in the last couple days. I always caught him when he was in the no loadout run, and if his in-game times won't be up to par with some speedrunners, that doesn't mean a lot, because he was very confident in first trying all of them. So I wouldn't expect a lot of restarts from them, from Barb at least.
Yeah, so that's the type of thing I was just mentioning with the steadiness. We'll have to see. But in the thing with Mu is he is consistently speedy.
Yeah, that's hard to fight against.
Yeah, definitely. I think, going back to some of the roulette rivals conversation, is that, we've seen for so long the steady stuff just work, and it's one of the staple thing even now still works. But when you combine that steadiness with speed, it just becomes an insurmountable odd to overcome if you're going up against it.
Yeah, case in point, Toy Tank over the railing, Bartoli distractions, won't destroy the virus from up there. That would be bonkers to ask for, but it'll be some nice stalactite shot. And will be briefly accompanied by 2 other players in Sapienza before Moody goes to Marquez. Scruffy 55 seconds in, and Barbecue just starting, both on their first try. I think Observer had 1 restarted late in Paris so far. Yep, and that's Moody out already. See if I can get anything but the fireworks.
Same thing here for Scruffy. Nice toy tank over the railing.
And barbecues route will be a bit different to maybe all three of them, because there's the poison in the ship going all the way around, and we'll be not launching but rather throwing the poison from above, or maybe even inside the office, but it doesn't matter. Frenny will die obviously at one point between 1 and 2.5 minutes. And explosion accident setup is being done probably, and I think he will also pick up the fire extinguisher because he won't pick up key cards, but rather open a door down to the lab. Going into Marrakesh, Moody with a 45-second advantage, but SA Marrakesh, you can always start Elite Soldier and just makes the Razor kills so easier. It's not just figuratively a free kill, but basically a loadout free to just neck snap him.
It's a literal free kill.
And then that turns into the mission story, which we can hear right now. It's Honeycomb. It's Scruffy and Moob both taking the extra mile of becoming the military officer, the Red Hats. I think the difference...
I mean, no red rolls, no say, so they have to do it.
I think the reason here is the fewer enforcers, because they literally have none.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah.
That's it makes navigation a lot easier.
And probably once Klaus is halfway down the stairs, that will be the perfect time to get the kill. Yeah, that's the famous spot for the original GRB clip, but it's just a
Did that one
throw.
come in first, or was it the Paris one?
Oh, you're right. Paris was the first.
But yeah, it isn't. It's the current one, I guess, that's still used.
Yeah.
Paris is kind of what started it. And moves out of Marrakesh into Bangkok.
Halfway down already. And Barbie's getting closer to finishing Sapienza. Observer currently in 4th place. And I think Observer is looking for electrocution there. Oh, he doesn't have any loadout currently. Yeah, there's the water, turn it on, and then the socket will cause the death there, but that's also sometimes happens that insta-hunted, insta-spotted, yeah.
It's just Observer has had a consistent, like, it's been since the beginning of this competition, just bad luck.
Yeah, probably the unluckiest player so far. And move it. Still the same 45-second lead. Obviously, he and Scruffy did identical Marrakeshes. Maybe a bit of hold up for the cameras, but stays green. Not stopping for the letters. Obviously, we are looking for a quicker can kill than the roulette meta.
Yeah, Observer will get the Francesca kill down this time, no problem, still keeps the green guns. Yeah, I think he's gonna... Yeah, he's probably gonna go for one of the lamps as he's walking towards the reception with the letter.
And there's the kill and no target kill, which is also crucial. Enforcers to dodge, that's a big whoosh, but Mu is going to be safely exiting Bangkok. This is round number 3 of 4 from Category Cup, and from the 8 players who signed up and the 7 who showed up, only 4 remain, because this is an elimination game. And from the 4, the top 3 will advance to the final. Who are so far? Moody, Scruffy and Barbecue with Observer in 4th place. Barb though missing Reza. Doesn't want to get him in the office, but some bumping there might... Oh, that's a really close one.
Wow.
Gets hunted in
Somebody
the end.
might have seen him across though. It's a very nice attempt.
He was definitely set on getting him outside the office, so I'm curious where that will be going.
Yeah. Next snapping continues as Moo snaps Sean's neck, starting as the hacker. Probably have 3 kills in a matter of moments. I was gonna say minutes, but definitely not gonna be minutes. He's gonna spend even on this map.
Yeah, it's definitely a quick one. I think that was the second shot for Scruffy, but 2 bullets still takes the job. We'll go the long way around to get safer with that one enforcer, and we'll be getting out of Bangkok as well. Of course, the lead will grow just a tiny bit, but not first place isn't the most important thing here, just the top 3 positions.
Yeah, and as we've seen, you don't even actually have to complete this season. You just have to be ahead on the map.
You just have to not forfeit, basically the story of this.
Yeah.
With some exceptions of
Oh
course.
no, what? Mood is just as surprised as everybody. Penelope's body got found. Obviously, this is an extravaganza, so that was not a SA kill if body was found.
I mean, who could it be, possibly? Like one of the hackers coming back, but they don't really cycle or route towards there, so I... Maybe just barely a...
Maybe they saw like a, as Barbecue like saying, big toe, which I don't even know. That's just...
It sounds about right there. It was probably really close to not being spotted, but Moo has to restart and still has a bit of an in-game time lead over Scruffy, but it's much closer now. Oh, so close for Moody. But that hacker won't end his run. This was about when Penelope was found, and that happens again.
Who finds...
Try to recognize them from disguise, one of the elites, but it's not the one related to Penelope, but we can see the guards getting into motion after her death.
Nothing here for Scruffy. He's perfectly fine, gets Ezra as Penelope's guards go through the house. Something specific to what Moo's doing is causing it. Was he picking up the gun? I don't think so. I think somebody's dragging the gun into that room.
Ah.
That's probably what's happening. Maybe Andre sees that.
That explains the question mark, which I saw. Uh-oh. I think that might be another restart, yeah. So yeah, you're right. Must have been a gun there, sadly. Now it's another restart for Moo.
So yeah, that's the lead for Scruffy there as he gets the falling object on Maya.
Last kill of Colorado for Scruffy, and he takes the lead going into Hokkaido. Barbecue and...
Very, very relaxing map to go for, definitely. Because Hokkaido, for a player for the first time, starts off as no loadout, so it's a good no loadout map to play on.
Yeah, especially for just 2 quick kills. It's not the most difficult thing in the world, but of course otherwise the RFID doors would cause some troubles. Probably won't be here today. Barbecue with the second kill down at 3:05. Observer 2 minutes into his run. That's 1 minute in game time behind Barbecue. The fight for 3rd place gets more and more tense. I think Observer is also looking for the 2.5 minute timing after the Reza early kill, and we can see that's Klaus leaning over the railing, and he will be sort of late, but not too late. Most importantly, if you can get this distraction there, that's the question mark, the all important question mark for Observer. But won't attempt a chain. Ooh, Scruffy using some bullets to distract the security guards as well.
Yeah. Imagine just gonna wait at the mountain path. Nope, he's going for propane. Gonna not waste so much time.
Yeah, looking for the earlier explosion accident. I'm not sure from where, but looking really promising. I guess you will see which door or corner is safer there. Might just be during the meeting if she's not too quick enough. Just needs to throw it next to her, and then so many eyes nearby.
Oh man, and then you got one of the resort staff still also need to be high enough so you can see the thing for the shot.
Yeah, the decline of this area is just too annoying, but just one Bartoli shot to take.
Oh,
But
shot
misses.
miss. That's basically the end of that. Now it's Moo's turn, as he's in the lead, kind of just a little bit behind that similar position. He'll get there. And that's really how much Hokkaido is a game changer. It flips immediately after you restart.
Yeah, with this Hokkaido route, the major risk is at the very end, so it will be always concerning restarts there, and maybe the one that decides the first place of this round, if Moo can finish this one. He's going to place it and shoots it twice, 2 out of 2 hits. Enforcer status is big there, but Moo gets out and wins Season 1 SA. 3 for 3, but of course for the title, all you need to win is the last round. Scruffy getting closer and closer to Moo in these categories. Going to be a cracking final.
I think the exciting part is the bottom, and we're Observer and Barbecue so close. Barbecue's still in the lead, just by a little bit, but that, I guess, once you hit the map, doesn't really matter, since it's not micro counted.
Yeah,
oh, but he restarts. Never mind.
Yeah, Barbecue is
about micro counted.
He had that in-game time lead, but he had the objective disadvantage. The fact that he was caught on cameras was going to cost him some time, and
oh yeah, that's devastating on Bangkok with no loadout.
Facing the closed door next to the security room, he decided against it and just you tried to stray green this time. Barbecue actually going for the sound boost kill, and of course it's not found immediately. If Barbecue were to be out before the 2.5 minute mark, then he has a good shot of just getting this run in general.
Yeah, we have our second finalist, which is Scruffy. This time we'll take a shot. And out actually 4 seconds ahead of Moo in terms of in-game time.
Really close race on the probably shortest season. 6 maps like season 3, but of course it doesn't have the guaranteed long.
Yeah, and the race doesn't end. It's like both players that are still playing, they're also just that much close to each other. Observer misses Ken's falling object timing, and it's gonna restart. Barbecue still has that opportunity, but decides to go into the kitchen.
I wonder what he's looking for there. Doesn't have a lot of time before Jordan is found. Oh, he's going for a propane, but gets caught on cameras again.
No, another restart. Observer also going for the sound booth kill. And opts to drag Jordan for a little bit.
We will see what that means for Jordan. Of course, we won't see this run for so many minutes, because after the falling object, these players will be out by the 2-minute time. But yeah, it's an important distinction to make.
Opting for the safer Jordan here. So I think the way it is, we probably should be looking into this micro counting, because Observer is now in the lead, so potential to finish basically.
Yeah, it's on him to finish now, but still, of course, 2 maps to go after this.
Yeah, we still have Colorado, the big mountain of season 1. But Observer is right on cue this time for the falling object. Will be a big break for him if he gets this kill. Keeps green guns now to escape with all the enforcers.
It was not 1 but 2 guards, making it closer than I think he would have liked, but unless the last second Jordan ruins it, Observer will be playing Colorado in a couple seconds.
Yeah, Barb 140, so definitely he's missing. But it's routed to the propane without getting the camera this time.
Emetic poison though. I was fairly sure that propane would be the play here, but
I thought so too.
oh, now I remember. Now I remember. Otis will be poisoned with the glass, and once he's out of the picture, I think Barb will have picked up some coins by then. And
very
then
interesting.
But the problem is that there are the coins and there's a wrench, so it will be just the next snap afterwards. But if Barb has started that proxy conversation, then it will be a long wait there. Nope, he's coming at least now.
With that. Whatever he is, a fan, I guess.
Yeah, some attorney from the USA. So Barb still has...
Not the Observer. Aaron Ford Jr.
The other attorney of the Hitman universe, but not as important. Observer 1 kill down, and the second next snap is on its way. Penelope all the way around, and it becomes hunted. I think that was the guard who leaves after Sean is killed. Chat was messaging about that as well. I think that must be another restart, yeah. Which means Barbecue can make this tight. 3 coin
nice
trail
coins there, equidistant too. This is amazing.
Yeah, just scientific.
Slight
almost.
Bump on Otis, bit of a delay. Isn't gonna affect him negatively. And of course, another flaw of the genetically modified assassin is he can't snap necks when they're on objects like that, not flat on the ground.
Of course, what do you expect from him? Nice touch by the game.
Know, right?
At least that counts as a wall. Whatever that was.
That is true, yeah. If that 90-degree wall had some sort of wall hack or just transparency, it would be really bad.
Yeah, for this chat for sure. So it's Colo versus Colo and another restart for Observer.
And it would look good if he can get off of Colorado, because Barbecue just generally is a very good Hokkaido player.
Just going to be so close to see who will finish third here. Really hard to call at this point. Observer can't yet go to the basement, but play here is usually to catch Ezra when he's leaving and back on the surface. That's the KO fest, but I think there was one hacker directly coming inside. I think the timing wasn't perfect for Observer there, sadly. But Barbecue now 35 seconds in. Sean down and more next snaps await. He's looking for... oh, a wrench. He must have lost the baseball there, but he is also looking for a live kill here on Ezra.
You can get a double kill with that, but right, with Penelope and Ezra both blown up at the same time. No, because he smokes after she leaves, so unless you do it yourself.
Yeah, I wasn't exactly sure if that's a double kill.
But Ezra will definitely be what if Penelope hears that, she's gonna go into lockdown. So I think he's just gonna wait and knock her out. Ooh. Slight bump, yep.
Question mark was there, it almost became ugly, but that is going to be the second kill. Ezra will be third.
Ezra goes first.
There goes that order.
But yeah, I mean, not that it matters. He's down 3 kills. Just need Maya. It's just he's shouldn't be panicked. Although I think the alarm's going off anyways.
What he can't do is the 150 timing for a falling object. He could get a gun and use the hay bale as she's going back, or
he could just do roulette stuff.
Yeah, I'm expecting the chain here. Observer, I'm fairly sure also with the setup, otherwise why would be Ezra not eliminated? Observer can get the falling object here, but gets Penelope found as well. It was almost too close to call once again, but now Barbecue with a very significant lead, and this Chandler is done fairly often that I almost want to not jinx him, but say that he has this Colorado.
Yeah, he's definitely got it. The third one, the crucial one into the room, he's got that. So that's Barbecue. All he has to do is walk to the exit, not trespassing in most of this area. Just needs to not go in the explosive.
And then that's just Hokkaido remaining.
back on the lead and back in the final map. Barbecue has been in the final map again. As we mentioned in chat, one of the first times he's been behind in this round. He's been consistently reaching the final map.
Yep, and
18 minutes to finish Hokkaido.
Sizable lead as well. Observer at least a minute and a half, if not 2.5 minutes away from finishing Colorado, and in that time Barbecue can do an entire Hokkaido run, but at the very least 2 attempts.
Yeah, I'll kind of see sort of what just happened there with the Penelope body found. Somebody picks up the SMG off of Sean's guard and goes into the room. And Barb might do more roulette stuff here with the Tobias Reaper Sweet Start. Gondola ISO for Yuki.
Looks that way, yeah. And that's one strat that might not be as quick as we said at the beginning of the round. It might not be as quick as the 125 or 129, but Barbecue is very likely to one-shot this. And at this rate, Observer cannot have a Hokkaido strat to overcome this disadvantage.
As you can see, that's like just clockwork. Barbecues, like no misstep onto that Yuki kill. One more left. He's got the gun for Soders.
No key hackers for this category extension, but plenty of ways to get around to the mod. We'll probably go through the spa area next to the snowmobile, and then just hopping to that hallway next to the handyman. But at this point it's an essay run, so it's even possible to just get a disguise, but I think that counts as a ceiling shot.
Indeed. You'll just open the door for him. Who needs key hackers?
Exactly. Okay, he's leaving the other way, but the one NPC that remains...
Well, it doesn't really matter. I guess you'll get the RFID chip off of this guy.
Yeah, was baited by it, but either way, it's just a really impressive distraction there. It remains
definitely.
suit only.
It's going for the style points so far.
And just one Bartoli shot remains. It's preferably into Soder's body, not the heart itself, since we have the wall bang.
Okay, it's his first shot actually. He just, for good measure, takes his second shot and the third one onto the camera. So, barbecue. It's a really, really phenomenal Hokkaido run. As I said, you was rock solid in Hokkaido. And a suit only to top it all off and qualify into the final along with Moody and Scruffy.
Very nicely done by all four players. Observer just one map and one kill short, I would say. 4 minutes into the run, I think Observer would find the explosion accident soon enough.
Yeah, definitely. Seen some really unlucky stuff happen to Observer throughout the whole competition so far. Just stuff you would see most players get away with. It's just bad luck, bad timing.
Yeah, an impressive run from Observer as well but as I said before, Krudi, Nezuko and Papier did really well as well. It's obviously a very tough event which requires a lot of game knowledge, and depending on how you want to do and what kind of enjoyment you want from this competition, you either have to improvise a lot or learn a lot of strats. But everyone did very well today. Just leaves us with 3 players now for the final round. 8 more minutes until Season 2 Fiberwire essay.
Yeah. Moo's been first on all of the previous rounds, but this is the one that matters the most.
Just a bit of background work to do here. So excuse my loud typing as always. And I also cannot get some of the channel names right, obviously. It's nice, it's...
47.
Not sure why am I hearing extra. I guess I'll just be really quick with... Oh, whatever, I'll just transition now.
Some depraved experiment. But he's gone now.
And
Well, if you
control some audio via
we have nothing for
I've got to say, this
Convenience.
robot is pretty impressive.
Yeah, I was messing around with the assets too, and I kept hearing stuff like, how do I turn all this off?
just the one scene I forgot to change there, but I think now it's fine. One name to change. Observer did everything for me last night, and I guess he almost got the names right. Moody, Papier and Scruffy. Moody and Scruffy are in the final. But Barbecue is our third finalist.
Yeah, the late registration is all the way up to the final.
Yep.
Always great to see.
Looks sort of workable now. Just centering some names and yeah, 30 past the hour, which is 6 minutes and then some. We will have our final category here. Gives me time to set up some timer as well.
Robert knocks down.
I guess in true
Now
decider
for the
fashion
heir
we
to
can
the
have it
Kronstadt
count
Empire.
upwards. Moody, Scruffy and Barbecue. Yeah, just really nice work all around. Can I just add a text source here? Oh nice, 10 minutes remaining from this category. Obviously we'll stop that clock really soon. Okay, I am ready. Players will be ready in the next 5 minutes as well for one more season 2 action to decide who will be the winner of the category cup. Oh yeah, five minutes to get some last minute learning in. Studying before the exam. We've had 3 rounds, of course. Did all 3 end with Moody first and Scruffy second? Like in that order? I think so, right? And then Papier finishing third in the first 2 rounds, well, dropping out after the second round. Barbecue taking that all important, the last spot for the final. Definitely a battle of approaches here with Moody and Scruffy. Well-seasoned speedrunners, I think. 2 of the big veterans of the Saturday Night SASO race as well, but obviously they have shown that category doesn't really matter. They will ace those speedruns, individual levels or season speedruns regardless. But I don't think it's a big surprise that Barbecue has made it to the final 3 as well. Well, first of all, the fact that it was the no loadout season that got him to the final is no real surprise. I think he has had plenty of streams where he's been routing these nightmare runs that are master mode, no loadout, no KO, and then some extra restrictions on himself, but he can do these routes as well, and obviously the poison and accident route has shown that he's a very versatile speedrunner as well. More on the consistency side than the pure speed, but I mean, if you are playing next to Moody, you can never really claim the best in-game time in a race. than 2 minutes until the final round. Moody versus Scruffy versus Barbecue. Hopefully all three of them can participate until the end, until one of the three will put them out of their misery and becomes the Category Cup champion. Obviously a big shame that we couldn't have Jokerj in the co-cast today. He was obviously very excited to see this one in action, and when you are watching this in the VOD, welcome Joker, and thanks again for the idea and helping us deliver it with the rules and whatnot. You can watch. Like, the only thing you can't do, Scruffy, and good luck again, is watch the stream. So if you get stuck, you can watch videos. But that being said, it's 10 more seconds until it hits 30 past 7 on my end, so I will start the timer. And of course they will get the same treatment there. There we go, the final round of Category Cup. Season 2 SA Fiberwire only is on. With Moody having either the best reaction or the shortest stream delay, but he's the one clicking start first. Scruffy Barbecue shortly behind. Obviously not the most versatile map to start with. One target and one main approach with the bullet distraction. Oh, and that's an unlucky ragdoll for Moo. So I'm not exactly sure why I'm not hearing anything at the moment. Oh, I know why. 1 second. Okay. I think everyone has been hearing it before, but now I can hear the stream as well, their stream as well, Barbecues for instance. So now we have Scruffy a minute in, Moody 45 seconds in, so Scruffy with a slight lead going towards the end of Hawks. Body shot for good measure. But that's an open way to the finish, and Scruffy will be the first. Scruffy will be the leader after the first of 8 maps. Just needs to stay in the lead for 7 more maps. Move very quickly behind. Not a lot of difference there, and if Moo has a pre-selected loadout, then he might be the first one to load into Miami. Barbecue getting really close with the Trank. Decides to go against the second Trank and hope that Orson will not see the body, and so far so good. Might have to get another way out of the Reynard property. Hey, there's Joker for the final round. I hope at least this one you can see. Joker JD. The man behind the idea to create this one-day community, category extension community event. On my way home. That's unfortunate. Well, then let's hope the players take long then, so that you can catch some part of it live. But so far, Moo and Scruffy neck in neck in Miami. Different approaches there. Scruffy going the SASO route and ending the race with the dongle. Moo has race Marshall. Oh, that's great by Scruffy that he's not caught by those cameras. But now takes his fur disguise. which will also give him better access, but still ending the race on his own terms and not just passing area. The snail gets rid of all the Kronstadt team, but Moo cannot get this one, gets a punch on Sierra, and Scruffy back in the lead by a minute 15. We were talking so much about observers' GRBs during the poison runs, but this is the other category where live kills happen, and live kills need to be prompted correctly. To avoid a GRB, and Scruffy now ending the race and looking for that peekaboo. Of course, I think half a lap still to go still. Oh, Arna says that the dongle was placed but the race wasn't ended, and Sierra just flies past to Scruffy's surprise, but yeah, that's going to be a big delay there. Still green guns though, dodging that camera nicely. So second try for Moo. Sierra, no panic. No exclamation mark, no GRB. Moo takes the lead back, as he's the one to kill Sierra first. Doesn't matter the in-game time here, sadly. Scruffy will have to wait a bit more. Yeah, peekaboo will work here. Luckily for Scruffy, there's a Moo looking for a long way sniper shot. Gets the laptop there. And now Scruffy gets the Sierra kill as well. Hard to say how much ahead or behind, but we'll have a better knowledge after Miami. Moo is of course like 30 or so seconds closer.
Alright, sorry, I'm back from whatever I was doing.
Welcome back.
Barbecue's gone for the other kill, so be interesting to see what he's doing here. Probably what Scruffy did with the race ending, but it could be the sugar instead of the dongle.
Moo has no Fiberwire. Like,
I don't even know that if you can you even mod shot that door?
Chris is right, Moo has dropped Fiberwire at some point earlier in the run. I don't know where or what, but obviously he got the Sierra kill earlier.
Probably immediately after that.
Oh. Such an upset there for his Miami run, and that's a sizable restart there of at least 3 or 4 minutes. It could have been then, yeah, you're right, that before or after the sniper shot. I think he dropped the sniper there afterwards, right? Could have dropped multiple items there. But yeah, that's so upsetting. putting Scruffy back in the lead, of course, and this with the laptop shot, sorry. There'll just be a bit of wait there, but oh, that engineer is always so annoying, but gets past him. A Seeker for Scruffy. For the guard, I would say. No melee items, that's gonna be troublesome. Crime noticed, and that can turn into some loud noises, especially with the door open, I think. Oh, the guard outside didn't react.
It's a big kill for Scruffy with Barbecue luring Sierra, so good chance of getting ahead of Moo here.
Yeah, we didn't talk about Barbecue a lot, but he will be second place after Miami. Really close to the lead. And Moo, of course, most experienced with... I would say that this category as well, so far on the back foot, but I imagine that there will be so many overtakes to go still.
Yeah, Barbecue had started at the same time as Scruffy for their run. He would have finished first. It was over a minute early in game time. Because of that dongle debacle.
Move it very... probably the best in game time. It's not gonna say much there, but 3 minutes into his run and very close to exiting now, just 1 KO and Fiberwire to go. There's no panic, no whammies whatsoever. Oh, the way that bodyguard that's been cycling got me worried for a second, but Moody is out of Miami as well. And it's triple Santa Fortuna, map number 3, and still so close between the 3 of them.
Yeah, it really will be a race between Moon and Scruffy, as their strats are so similar and same at times. Scruffy's paused at the moment, maybe watching one of those videos he was talking about.
He just sent a message in this chat saying that he has to go, sadly.
Oh, well, that's unfortunate.
But he might be back in a couple minutes. Well, it's another upsetting thing, that not so much for the players, but the people who have been involved with this event and working on it. Regardless, Barbecue is the first at this point, I would say, with the suit started, Andrea down. Of course, Scruffy also has 2 kills to go there. And Movie the first kill on Santa Fortuna. Thanks for Moo, and might be some sort of peekaboo for Jorge, for Rico. But he also still has the Seeker, so that can be any number of Seeker or Trank shots. Guess that remains to be seen. Peekaboo it won't be, because now he's not trespassing as the mentioned guard.
Priming his Seeker though, so he takes some of these crazy Seeker shots too. The one on Jorge looked really fancy, and this one's a little bit easier, I guess, as he's turning towards a more surface area to hit.
Yeah, still a long venture in.
Barbecue's still in a suit. Gonna go full suit only. Oh, but massive amount of suspicion from the maid. Also gets a panic shot on the wall. Luckily, it wasn't hit by... Cause it wasn't hurt by her, so able to take a second one.
Panic shaking the cameras, but Barb is still alive.
Yeah, he's really ahead of the office I saw. He was even ahead of the museum one.
He just trusts this peekaboo better, or he didn't want to stay downstairs after the cycles didn't line up for him. Gunshot heard after shooting the camera on Moody's side. I don't think anything will come out of it. He has 2 kills down already, and this is a good roulette isolation as well. Three targets isolated in 2.5 minutes, which will end in Andrea's ISO in the meeting room. And it's not exactly 2:30, but I think you can have a couple extra seconds there, and movie's looking good for a 3 or so minute-ish Santa Fortuna. Was that just...
Guard just ate the dart.
Yeah. Still has 1 to go, but wouldn't be as confident after. Second one hits.
Bit of a problem here with them walking out of the room, but Moody gets behind Andrea, and that's 3rd kill down. Door stays open because of NPC's bodies being too close. Also nice. Oh, I thought I was just about to say dodge the camera, but gets hit by it the last second.
It's going to make the ending a bit tougher, and there goes the 3-minute-ish run, but I don't think he minds it as long as he can get out and just...
It's gonna still have to take another SMG, loud SMG shot, and a punch for Barbecue
4.5
after
minutes.
waiting.
It's a really big rip there, and we get some panic, and he still has some enforcers around here who can turn to one way or the other, but it seems like Mu is out and Barb has to restart, and that's... Before that it was a really close race, and now Mu with a sizable lead, 1 full map. We see where it goes, of course. Really unfortunate for Barb. It's a good question. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that Barb is aware of if it's SA or SASO, but as I mentioned at the end of the last round, I think he would always default to something SASO because of his much better experience with suit only, master, no loadout, etc. strats.
Yeah, I think he's in Miami. He started engineer, right? That's how he got Robert first.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that it will
I think
just...
he's aware.
Yeah, he's just
Guess
on
we'll
a map
get
basis.
a confirmation some point, because Mumbai is also a very suit is very, what's the word, meta, I guess. It's useful, effective.
Yeah, maybe Dawood could be tackled better after this guy's change, but honestly Barge or the snail strat next to the boathouse are all suit viable, so looking like a suit only round for Mu, who is 1 minute in and got the maelstrom down and has put the brick into the metal worker's pot. Just going to make the isolation a bit tighter, but this is the speedrun way. I would say it's something that you might be scared in roulette, but movie will just show that there is just enough time to get these 2 KOs and get ready for Vanya.
Yeah, the difference here is Moo's not constrained to getting the kill in any specific disguise, so you can take the time just running straight for the target.
There's just no downtime here. Of course, the difficult part is these 3 KOs followed by the Fiberwire kill, but they line up very well. Second kill of Mumbai for Moody.
Barbecue gets the peekaboo on Rico. Oh, he doesn't go all the way in though. It's the museum one. You could still attempt to go for it when it turns around, depending where the guard is. Stuck behind the door. No, side suspicion meter for a little bit. Didn't want to risk it.
Yeah, it's just so difficult there. And now neither of them are looking
Goes all up
towards.
this way. Yeah, but they won't look long enough for you to get a solid peekaboo on, so might be a good idea to maybe go all the way up. Oh, no, barbecue is persistent. You'll get the peekaboo. Rico, that's a really nice one. Hides in the closet. Oh, the maid is there now.
Patiently waits for the good head turn and for the maid to get past. And as the second kill down in Santa Fortuna, just Jorge remains. Move with the double panic on Dawood's 3 bodyguards. They are out of the picture for now, so it's just a 3-player action for the barge. Von Cheng takes care of both guards there, but that turns into peekaboo for Mu.
Oh no, this is not what he wanted. Just a simple fiberwire dump is what was in the recipe, but well, it's gonna have to make things a little bit complicated.
So GRB for Mu.
It's like he's got coins, so he doesn't have to run too far for that.
What a save there. And for others, it might just be a 3.5 minute restart, but Mu clutched it out, and it's just going to make such a big difference here, as without that and with Barb potentially finishing Santa, they would have been so close again, but Mu now enjoying a full Mumbai lead.
Solid Mumbai lead. So things can still go wrong for Barb here for Jorge, and that, what a setback that would be, because he's waiting for the 6.5 minute timing for Jorge to get back to the shed.
Yeah, you can probably get some better timings, and he's quicker. He's not looking at his tablet as much. But
right, the tablet and coughing is just
sadly not as fast here, but you can see it on the minimap now. And I mean, ideally Barbecue will place some coins there, or have placed some, so Jorge gets away from that window. It's going to be a distraction to the corner that's also hidden. I think that should work as well. No NPCs nearby, no one else will hear it.
and Moo like takes down 4 NPCs, takes out the cameras and a fiberwire Nolan. He couldn't react to all the bodies before he was dead. So all clues down, one kill down, going for the first constant. Oh, that shot looked like he was gonna hit him in the head there, but maybe because my screen's smaller.
Well, either way, that's a lucky miss there. Or it's not
Lucky
down to
miss
luck,
or a
but
skillful hit, who knows?
Barbecue is out of Santa Fortuna with 6.5 minutes, but a very methodical Fiberwire run. Now on to Mumbai.
The leftover dart goes for another lead bodyguard, Gunther this time.
And that's all objectives down for Mu. He either needs to get the crowbar from the construction site, but ideally for 2-target map, indeed you also have the loadout for it, so there's the exit. And Scruffy is back and is about to finish Santa Fortuna as well with 3 minutes and 15 into his run, gets the last kill on JI Matics in the bathroom. But
Also gets
turns
caught by the
yellow.
camera, just like Moo did. So what's in his loadout here?
It's a good question. Which firearms he got from before? It's a dart heavy strat.
Yeah, it just definitely has one of the darts.
Same enforcer causes trouble upstairs than downstairs, but looks like he should be fine to delete the evidence by hand. And now it's unquestionably back to green. Just need to get rid of or pass that enforcer and it will be main exit there. And of course the buff stop. Isle of Scale, Silence Assassin, Fiberwire only. It's fairly close to what roulette players would do, or roulette isolation would be. A double seeker from Architect start. You get both sisters in a bathroom, self-isolate, and Zoe you have to hide, but Sophia not even a problem there. So Moo will be just 2 maps away from winning Category Cup. Shaking off some emotions there as finishing Isle of Scale. All these S maps there.
Probably frustrated asking why he's so good at the game.
What would be on your mind, of course, at this minute.
Yeah, definitely.
But yeah, I can't think of anything that would be anything problematic for Moody other than that unfortunate Fiberwire incident in Miami. I'm not sure if that was his only rip. There was some early ones in Isle of Scale, but just a good job in general so far, and just
I think he had a rip right at the start, Hawke's Bay, with the body being spotted by Orson.
Yeah, like luckily nothing significant there.
So you can do the stock thing.
Yeah, imagine it's basically the injected poison strat, except you need to somehow survive those 3 seconds without a body being found. I don't think there will be many problems with that. Moo is crashing the stocks. Scruffy restarting Mumbai. And Barbecue with the Vanya kill, just missing Dawood. And I think he still has the snail there. I know he wanted to use that for some chaos, but I think he spared that one, and that will make it a very straightforward Dawood isolation. Mood ranking Fabian for that second disc, but also that NPC, so that the guards get stick there, but Moo is seen through the closed door there.
Once again, you've seen through the doors happening to them in Dubai in the poison run.
All the way back at the beginning of the day. And that will set Moo back by a minute or so. Will allow Barb to get closer. Scruffy in another restart, but Barb just needs to get this snail isolation. Doesn't help when Dawood stops for a coin, and that one of the guards gets past. A snail detonates at last, and it should get everyone.
He got caught by it still. Snail pulls through for Barb here, and he'll be able to get this kill. Right at the 4 minutes 20 seconds mark, Dawood is down, dragging the body for a bit of safety, I guess. Not really necessary. Nobody else heard it, especially like the thugs.
Yeah, once you're not noticed at that point, you should be fine, but Barb goes extra safe and hides the body, and under 5 minutes, he's out of Mumbai and takes a solid second place. Cutting it close with Fabian, and we'll have a second shot at this. If the door is kinder to him this time, then he should be out of New York. Oh damn, door doesn't close. Not sure how long this...
Maybe that actually is good for him if the door stayed open. Nobody saw Hadi. Oh, but guard's coming upstairs. He didn't grab the disc, had to go back for Athena's disc. Still fine, the guard didn't go all the way up.
Such a close call there, but still finishes it off. And just Haven Island. 3 targets to kill with the Fiberwire, or the earphones this time. And the category cup is Moose. Yeah, I thought he would be in an elimination that puts 47 a step back into the open door, but wasn't meant to be this time, and Moo got a very nice finish there despite the data discs there. Scruff with a couple early restarts in Mumbai, but of course the Maelstrom is down nicely and quickly. But I would probably imagine that would be bricks for Scruffy as well. Oh, it was bricks so long ago. Yeah.
Making Steven sick and a lockdown from a long way for Ludmilla.
No, this lockdown is a bit more tricky there. Wow, 3 KOs for Moo. And that should all turn back to green, it is.
That's a crazy kill there.
And a crazy whoosh there as the chest passing area extends to the
close.
bottom of the stairs. And there's Steven. It's unless some very unfortunate body being fallen, then it would be a straightforward second kill and only leaves with Tyson Williams and non-trespassing this guy, so who should be in Ludmilla's, I'm not sure if it's the master bedroom or the queen's bedroom, it doesn't matter, but just the bodyguard to isolate from Tyson, and then the live kill should be his. Barb with the Cassidy isolation, quick kill there, 2 clues down, but the Ark Society meeting not taken, so that should be the basement later on, the picture that Barbecue has to take up. And Moo catches Tyson before that room, gives him time to separate the bodyguard from Tyson. And by the time he finishes puking, Moo will be out of Haven Island, but the emetic didn't hit for Moo. How was that out of range? I would never understand.
Oh, and a body shot instead of the shot on the wall for the lockdown. So bit of trouble here for Moo, but nothing too bad. Still miles ahead of the other two players.
Yeah, I think the only significant part of this trip is that it may make the record impossible. Jokerj claims that the Fiberwire record is 29 minutes. In game time, of course, and we are at 34 real time, so with loadings and loadouts. That would have been close or even confirmed new record. If it did restart another 3 minutes before the finish, it might not be as clear cut.
Oh, and Scruffy has Vanya finding the two Queen's Guard.
But it was only problem for Vanya. The others didn't give any reason to take care and get rid of those red guns or the green guns. They still green. And Scruffy just has to isolate Dawood Snail ISO or something similar to finish Mumbai.
Oh no, Moo! Prompt didn't work for him to grab the iron for the knockout, and just a bit too... not enough time to go for it the second time. It turns into a spot. Barb will get Janus with the fiber at 4:30.
Barb will be in scale before too long. That's scale and New York, the difference between Moo and Barb. Scruffy hopefully finishing Mumbai. Depending on where Dawood is, but I would imagine that because of the bricks, yeah, he's on the barge already.
Not gonna risk it. Barb's gonna go to the Wilton Creek bus stop.
Yep, he's just really happy to finish Whittleton Creek and get another map closer to his title. Of course, it would mean a lot of restarts from Moody's side, but it's not over till it's over.
Yeah, absolutely not, especially with Moody with a couple of restarts. But gets it right this time for Ludmilla, and oh my, that was a full bar of suspicion meter.
It's now twice out of 2 runs, which I got to this point
Yeah,
where that
seems like that's not really a problem, and it actually is expected.
Yeah, still so close though.
Yeah, I imagine if he doesn't crouch, he gets spotted. It's just that close.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, but side KO on the guard, the mirror. Oh my. If one thing goes right, the other one doesn't. This is something Moo did not have to worry about. This is
him being quicker than his previous run, because by then the guard was in.
He was already in, yeah. And that's something I've always wondered, even like in roulette, you know. Sometimes if you're just too fast and you're in that muscle memory, you try to get to where you are.
Would give Barbecue even more time to catch up. Sadly, his first scale try, which is Architect Start and most likely Double Seeker, turned into a target lockdown. Second try will work without raising suspicion. It's probably the most straightforward of the Season 2 maps, I would imagine. Closest to roulette, and really only takes 2 Seeker shots, so Barb should be in New York in no time.
Scruffy having trouble with the Dawood's guards, and Moo had 0 suspicion meter going down the stairs this time, so take what you will with that.
Scruffy.
This is well ahead of the guard this time.
That's a third, yeah, state here, but green guns kept, and once again just emetic device for the bodyguard, but it has to work. And then that should be probably the last obstacle of Season 2 SA Fiberwire.
The baseball throw is being hurt by one of the guards close to Dowd and not the guy who's close to the wall.
Barb has gone for a second disguise after the Sophia kill. Because he wants to do the same peekaboo as in his accidents only run. Of course, he's focused on this one, and why wouldn't you if you are comfortable with that one? But I'm pretty sure that once he hops over here, yeah, he's just passing and wants to get that peekaboo. Even though a second seeker might be quicker, but this is the one he's trusting most. But I'm not sure if the game will be on by then, because Moo with the last kill of Season 2, 40 minutes after the start of the fourth and final category, Moo is now just one last enforcer to mind, is now out with a 3-minute flat Haven and wins Category Cup.
Yeah, and absolute domination every single round one.
Yep, it's 4 seasons played, 4 categories won.
Scruffy wasn't even able to get Dowd safely either. Tug spotted him, red guns.
And yeah, the one category where Scruffy doesn't finish second is the final, and Barbecue will get it. With this nice peekaboo, we'll get to the Isle of Scale, to the end of Isle of Scale, and just 2 maps from Moo. Yeah, just really nice plays all around. I could have stopped the timer, I suppose, for some posterity. Oh, but Barb gets ripped by
Barbecue. Wah!
a guard upstairs. Okay, that's unfortunate though. Well,
That was a me dropping Sophia down the bridge moment. I completely brain froze that those guys can see you from below. But that's a long distance one.
yeah, I suppose there's that. Just need to. Yeah, GG's to move. GG's are on in the chat already, in here in Discord as well. It's just dominant all around. Obviously, and the most worst speedrunner, but we knew that beforehand as well. And he just shown that once more with these 4 categories, just dominated as well. Of course, with its own rips and mistakes, should I say, but you can't really do how long, 3.5 hours without any mistakes. And of course the IO interactive product has been causing some troubles as well, but generally some good plays from all 7 who showed up, and especially from Moo. And yeah, this confirms that Moo wins and Barbecue finishes with an incredible second place. I don't think he've ever expected anything close to it, but
Yeah, it's a solid performance from him. Some really cool runs.
using the slow and steady analogy, I wouldn't say that he would be any slow, but he was the steadiest today, and it's a very well deserved second place today. I just don't know, just still looking at Barbecue to to finish them. I think that's how long he will keep playing
Yeah,
as well.
he's just got the Seeker on Zoe, so should be able to get a much cleaner and safer kill.
So just for out of respect, let's get Barbecue to the end of 6 maps, and it's 8 to 6 to 3. Scruffy finished 3 maps, but obviously there was the time that he had to be away, so it's kind of skews the result there, but Barbecue making it quite close there and very impressive. I think this is very well on route to a sub 1 hour Season 2 Fiberwire, which is a very solid feed there. I just really want to see Barbecue finish. I should just...
Barbecue, he may have ditched his kill, but he wants to use this exit. Yeah.
Making it exciting here for the finish. He will be just passing for this one last challenge, but if he waits it out, then he gets the finish there. They are turning away from him, so that's Barb finishing his 6th map of the final. And as general, big shout out to all 3 finalists and all 7 players for this really impressive run today. Yeah, it's a definitely beast of a competition, and it expected a lot from the players, with the 4 categories being done within 45 minutes. But hopefully we can do this one more time or another time later with different conditions and extensions and rules, and for that we'd have to just echo Jokerj, who said it in chat as well, that join the Providence server and fill out the survey whether you were a player or a spectator or just came here by accident. Just we would be very much interested in your feedback of this event. And so for that, I think it was posted relatively recently, but I'll just post the link again, that everyone is very much welcome in the Providence server, where events and tournaments and all that sort of stuff are hosted regularly. Obviously not just roulette, not just speedrun, but Jokerj would be the first to say bingo as well as contracts mode. We're trying to make it versatile and varied, with shorter and longer events, of course. And speaking of longer events, our next one, I wish I could show a scene to go to, but our next one will be the Providence Cup. Providence is the longest and most prestigious event, and it will start on the 16th, which is next Friday, in just 5 days. It is 2-player team roulette, but for 1 month basically, with group stage followed by a knockout stage, so everyone is welcome for that, no matter the experience. Basically the group stages and the seedings will ensure that everyone gets in a fair group, or at least an equally difficult group. So there are still slots open, so everyone is welcome to join that one, but also just to join the server for the next month of hopefully very exciting roulette competition, just as much as this was exciting as speedrun. Punky, any takeaways from today? It's been a really exciting competition in my opinion.
Yeah, it's an impressive performance from Barb. Like, it is nice to see, but in terms of taking away for what I knew about Moon, not much. It's just proven how good he is as just a hitman player. I think we've seen him play roulette in the league, in the rivals, in relay, and you see him speedrun all over YouTube. So I think that's my takeaway.
No,
really well played. You've said it, like all 7 players played really well, made it exciting towards the end. Barb being on the final map every single round up until the end.
Yeah, and stories were easy to write because of just how exciting the players made it and how well they played. So yeah,
Definitely.
yeah, so with that being said, I would like to start with you actually, Punky. Thank you for joining me for this co-cast. I had a lot of fun casting with you.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Always and in time. Next up, Chris X3 was our match admin for these last 3.5 hours, and thank you everyone for making it easy for him. And I didn't see any problems there. Of course, just the rocky oversleep, just messing with the elimination system, but everything else worked out perfectly. And yeah, just great job, Chris, for handling that. Obviously, all 7 players for joining. Starting with Moo and Barb and Scruffy for their top 3 finishes in that order, but all 7 players just shown amazing map knowledge and game knowledge and season knowledge to just show up and basically do what they did today. Some very talented players in this community, obviously. The talent not just comes down to playing, but art making, and of course all our art crew are very valued members, and this time that observer was our asset maker for this event. Everything that you've seen today, down to the music at the beginning of the stream, which everyone really liked, was his idea and his concept. So thank you so much, Observer, for this. Yeah, and last but not least, Jokerj, because without him we would never had this idea to do this one-day event. And I hope at the beginning, or when everyone looks back at this event later, I hope everyone will believe that it's worth it, and it will all be down to Joker's idea at the beginning. So yeah, that should be everyone, of course. Also, thank you everyone for watching. But that should be it from Punk and I today, and from the 7 players of Category Cup. And I hope you all will have a nice end of the weekend, and see you guys next week for the start of the Providence Cup. Just one more time, everyone is welcome in Providence to join and spectate our events. And thank you all for watching, and have a good night, everyone.